Are you just sick and tired of watching your portfolio melt away? Are you done seeing nothing but red while, everyone else is posting these screenshots of massive green candles? Good. Because today, right here, right now, we stop burning cash. I'm going to give you the simple, powerful tools you need to hunt for winners, dodge all the traps, and absolutely crush the next bull.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Over on the left, that's the reality for like 90% of new traders, isn't it? Just burning cash, chasing the hype, and feeling that awful pit in your stomach. But on the right, yeah, that's where we're headed. Building wealth, step by step, with a real plan, using data. The difference between these two? It's not luck, it's strategy. And in this explainer, I'm giving you that exact strategy.
So, first things first, we have to figure out what the problem is before we can even think about fixing it. We're calling this first part the hamster wheel of pain. And honestly, that's exactly what emotional trading feels like. You're just running and running in circles, putting in all this effort and getting, well, absolutely nowhere.
Now, this right here breaks down the number one reason most people get wrecked. It's what I call the FOMO wheel. You see a coin pumping, right? That fear of missing out kicks in, and wham, you buy at the absolute peak. Then the price corrects, that excitement turns to pure fear, and you panic sell at the bottom, locking in your loss. See the cycle? It's driven entirely by emotion. But starting today, we are going to be driven by data.
And that brings us to the solution. It all starts with a huge mindset shift. We're moving away from being a gambler, someone who just, throws money at the market and hopes for the best, and we're becoming a sniper, patient, precise, waiting for that perfect shot based on real, solid information. And this is the core philosophy. You have to get this. Influencers, they lie. Hype, it dies down. Social media is just noise. The chart, though, the chart is the only source of truth in this game. It shows you the raw data, what people are actually doing with their money, not what they're saying online. Learning to read it is your superpower. So, from now on, we trust the chart, not the noise. Period. All right, so we've got the right mindset. Now it's time to load your arsenal. Look, we're not going to overwhelm you with a dozen complicated indicators. We're starting with just two. Your first two essential weapons for decoding what the market is telling you. Weapon number one is the moving average, or MA for short. The market is just full of noise, right? These crazy price spikes up and down that can be so confusing. Well, the MA is designed to cut right through all that noise. It takes the average price over a certain period, like, say, the last 50 days, and it just draws one single, smooth line to show you the real underlying direction of the trend.
And here's a perfect way to think about it. The day-to-day price action. That's like the jagged rocks in a riverbed. They're chaotic, they're all over the place. But the moving average? That's the powerful current of the river itself. It shows you which way the water is truly flowing. And in trading, you never, ever want to swim against the current. Okay, so how do we actually use this thing? With one of the most powerful buy signals in all of trading, it's called the golden cross. You put two MAs on your chart, a faster 50-day one for recent sentiment and a slower 200-day one for the long-term trend. When that short-term line, the 50, crosses above the long-term line, the 200, that is the market literally screaming at you that a major uptrend is starting. It's a huge green light. All right, on to weapon number two, the Relative Strength Index, or RSI. Now, if the moving average tells us the direction of the trend, the RSI tells us about the energy of that trend. It helps us answer a really important question. Is this price move getting tired, or does it still have gas in the tank? This car engine analogy is just perfect. Think about it. You can be driving in the right direction, but if your foot is slammed on the gas, redlining the engine for too long, what's going to happen? It's going to overheat, it's going to break down. The RSI shows us when an asset's price has gone too far, too fast, and is maybe redlining, which is a signal that it's probably due for a little cool down. And here it is, the practical cheat sheet. It's super simple. The RSI moves between 0 and 100. When it goes above 70, the asset is overbought. That just means it's getting expensive, and it's a terrible time to FOMO in. But when it drops below 30, that's the oversold area. We call that the discount zone. It's where the smart money starts looking for a deal because the asset is basically on sale. So we've got our two weapons, the moving average to find the trend and the RSI to measure the energy. Now for the most important part of this whole thing, we're going to combine them into one incredibly powerful strategy. This is where we put the whole puzzle together. This is what I call the golden combo, and it's the core of everything. It's so simple. Step one, we use our moving averages, our river current, to make sure we're in a big uptrend. We only swim with the current, remember? Step 2, we're patient. We wait for a little price dip, a moment of fear, and we know it's happening when our engine gauge, the RSI, drops into that discount zone below 30. And step 3, that is our sniper entry. We're buying a great asset at a discount, but only when the major trend is already pushing in our favor. This is how you stop gambling. This is how you start trading like a pro.
So let's just recap what you've got now. You have the right mindset. You're a sniper, not a gambler. Check. You have a tool to identify the trend, the moving average. Check. And you have a tool to gauge the market's energy and find those discount entries, the RSI. Check. Just by mastering these simple ideas, you are already so far ahead of most people in the market, it's not even funny.
Okay, so you have the foundational weapons, but what about speed? How do you confirm that momentum is really kicking back in? And what about security? I mean, how do you make sure your hard-earned profits are actually safe from hackers and mistakes? That wraps up part 1. Don't go anywhere. Part 2 is coming right up, and we're going to unlock the MACD indicator, secure your millions, and reveal the AI trends that are going to dominate the next cycle. Let's keep moving.
Welcome back, legends. So you've got the trend, you've got the energy checker, now it's time to bolt on the final piece of the puzzle, speed. Okay, let's dive right in and unlock this last weapon in our trading arsenal. And that final weapon, it's the MACD. This is the indicator that's going to confirm everything, giving us a powerful, clear read on market timing. It's how we find those absolutely explosive moves. So, what is it?
Well, MACD stands for Moving Average Convergence Divergence. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but just think of it like the tachometer on a drag racing car. Its one simple job is to tell you when the market is absolutely revving its engine and about to launch, or when it's running out of steam. It's our early warning system for a massive, massive move.
Now, the real buy signal here is actually pretty simple to spot. See, the MACD is made of 2 lines, a fast one and a slow one, and this histogram in the middle. When that faster line crosses above the slower one, and you see these histogram bars flip to green and start growing taller, that's it. That is a crystal clear signal of building momentum. It's the market literally screaming at you that buyers are stepping in with serious force. And if you see this happen on a weekly chart, oh man, you better buckle up, because that can signal the start of a major, major ride.
All right, we've got all 3 of our weapons. We have the moving average for our trend, we have the RSI for energy, and now we have the MACD for speed. So it's time to put them all together into the ultimate sniper system. This, my friends, is where the real magic happens.
So this is it. The whole playbook boils down to this simple 3-step system. Number 1, check the moving average. Are we in an uptrend? Yes or no? 2, check the RSI. Is the price at a good value within that uptrend? And finally, 3, check the MACD. Do we have the speed, the momentum, to confirm this move is real? When all 3 of these line up and give you the green light, that's your shot. No fear, no guessing. That's how you become a sniper, not just another gambler.
Okay, let's get serious for a minute. Making profits with a killer system is one thing, but it means absolutely nothing, zero, if you get hacked and lose it all. We need to talk about building a fortress around your crypto so you can actually keep what you earn.
And let me be crystal clear about this. This is not a suggestion. This is a non-negotiable rule in crypto. You absolutely need a hardware wallet, something like a ledger or a Trezor. Get your coins off the exchanges the second you're done trading. And your seed phrase, that's the master key to your entire financial future. You guard it with your life. Write it down, put it in a fireproof safe. Do not be that person who loses a life-changing fortune because you kept a screenshot on your phone.
So where do we find these amazing opportunities? Well, you use centralized exchanges, or CEXs, like a Binance, to get your cash into the crypto ecosystem. But to find those potential 100x hidden gems before anyone else, you gotta be hunting on decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, like Uniswap. Just remember the golden rule: not your keys, not your coins. Trade, and then immediately withdraw back to your fortress.
And here we have the single biggest trap in all of crypto: greed. Please listen to me. When you're up 500% and every single trade you make turns to gold, you are going to feel like a financial genius. That is the single most dangerous moment you can be in. That's when people get completely wiped out. You have to take profits. Pay yourself first. Don't marry your bags, no matter how much you believe in a project.
All right, we've built the system, we've secured the bag, so now let's look to the future. Because what's coming in 2026, it isn't just another bull run. We are talking about a potential supercycle. And you, my friend, are positioned perfectly for it.
You have to understand, the game is evolving right now. AI is coming for trading in a big way. We're talking about machine learning bots that can analyze thousands of data points every single second, predictive algorithms that spot patterns way faster than any human ever could. To stay competitive, you've got to be using tools that leverage this data, or you really do risk getting left in the dust.
Now, this is really interesting. Where is the next massive wave of money coming from? It's from something called RWA, real-world assets. This just means taking tangible things we all know, like real estate, gold, even fine art, and creating a digital token for them on the blockchain. So why does this matter? Well, it makes these normally clunky, illiquid assets super easy to trade, and it opens them up to a global pool of investors. This brings real, tangible value onto the blockchain, and with it comes serious capital.
And look, we are not talking about small money here. The next $1 trillion could flow into crypto just from real-world assets. This is how the space onboards the entire global financial system. It's the bridge that could take crypto from being a niche asset class to becoming the very foundation of a new economy. So I'm going to ask you again, are you ready? Because we have institutional money pouring in, we have ETFs bringing in billions from mainstream investors, and we have revolutionary tech like AI and RWA on the horizon. It is the perfect storm. This is the chance, the real chance, to actually change your life.
But listen, it wasn't always massive wins for me. Not even close. In the very next explainer, I'm pulling back the curtain on my absolute darkest moment in crypto. The full story of how I lost $450,000. It is a painful story about a stupid mistake, but it's a lesson you absolutely need to hear. You do not want to miss this one.
And as always, a reminder that this is not financial advice. This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Please always do your own research. Trade smart, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.